Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The GCC Environmental Cooperation Strategy Preparation Committee holds a meeting in Muscat. British entrepreneurs are confident in investing in ports, logistics services and economic zones in the Sultanate. And the Rafat Fund helps more than 1,600 projects in various economic fields till the end of June. Good evening once again, live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Now we present to you the details of this news bulletin. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Ollanta Humala of Peru on his country's National Day. Challenges facing environment in Gulf Cooperation Council countries were the center of dimension of GCC Environmental Cooperation Strategy Preparation Committee in its meeting held in Muscat. The committee's views will be sent to the upcoming GCC summit to be held in Riyadh. The discussions showed that the sea environmental degradation took place in some GCC countries in addition to the increase in pollution rate in industrial estates. The environment experts pointed out in the meeting to the need to review laws and regulations in this regard. The Rafat Fund had financed more than 1,600 projects in various economic fields till the end of last June. Males represented 65% of the number of beneficiaries against 84% of females. With the increase in the funding base for projects, it is expected that these projects will provide more job opportunities, which reflects their significant role in employing job seekers. More than 17 million Omani Rials is the value of real estate activity in the governorates of Dhofar and Buraymi during last June. The Ministry of Housing emphasized that the value of collected fees reached around 340,000 Omani Rials. Real estate activity in the governorate of Dhofar registered more than 14 million Rials, whereas it exceeded 4 million Omani Rials in Al-Buraymi. The Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development ITHRA continues its tour in London, aiming to attract investors to the Sultanate. Here is a report.
Attractive investment opportunities are being promoted in the United Kingdom by the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development ITHRA. The Sultanate Embassy in London received a number of British businessmen. The talks focused on investment opportunities in Omani ports, logistics sector and economic zones in the Sultanate. The discussions held by ITHRA with pioneering British corporates also dealt with investing in existing vital projects in the Sultanate and on setting up trading activities through benefiting from the country's strategic location. His Excellency Sheikh Abdulaziz Al Hinai, the Sultanate's ambassador to the United Kingdom, commended efforts exerted by ITHRA in promoting investments in the Sultanate, adding that many British investors showed interest to invest in the Sultanate in various fields. Oman-UK trade relations are stable and strong, the issue that encouraged investors and businessmen to invest in the Sultanate through well-studied economic plans in order to boost the Sultanate's economic vision.
Still to come in our news bulletin, a group of Palestinian women ran a bee-yard in a village near Ramallah with the support of the Palestinian Agricultural Relief Committee.
هنا الرائحة العالقة بالذاكرة تأخذنا دهشة مختلفة لتبهرنا بجمالها الآسر حيث ملتقى الأسرة. امنح نفسك شغف التجربة، فهنا حكاية الجمال لا تنتهي. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2016 من 15 من يوليو إلى 31 من أغسطس. عمان المحبة والوئام.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Reviewing good bilateral relations binding the Sultanate and Qatar in a way that achieved joint interest was the center of discussion at the meeting of His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, with His Excellency Ali bin Fahd Al Hajri, Ambassador of Qatar accredited to the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and discussed issues of common concern. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, also received in his office today Vice Admiral Kevin M. Donigan, Commander of U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and U.S. Fifth Fleet, and his accompanying delegation. The meeting came within the context of his current visit to the Sultanate. During the meeting, they reviewed the march of good bilateral relations linking the Sultanate and the United States of America, in addition to discussing a number of military issues that concern both countries. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, received in his office at Muaskar al-Murtafa today Vice Admiral Kevin M. Donigan, Commander of the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and Commander of the U.S. Fifth Fleet. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged points of view and discussed a range of issues of common concern. Air Vice Marshal Matar bin Ali Al Ubaidani, Commander of the Royal Air Force of Oman, RAFOR, received in his office at Muaskar al-Murtafa today Vice Admiral Kevin M. Donigan, Commander of the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and Commander of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, and his accompanying delegation. The two sides exchanged cordial conversations and discussed a range of issues of common concern. The number of visitors to Salalah until yesterday surged by a whopping 38.9% compared with figures for the same period last year. According to statistics released by the National Center for Statistics and Information, the total visitors rose to 269,000 as of 18th of July from 780,000 visitors during the corresponding period last year. Kharif visitors from Oman reached 67.2%, and visitors from the United Arab Emirates came second with 10%, while others visitors from the GCC countries reached 5.6%. Air traffic control play a key role in safety of aviation movement in the world. The great role is entrusted within the air controllers in the regulating the aircraft movements in both air and land to avoid any mishaps. Air traffic movement is a continuous development between the East and the West, where aircraft move on internationally acknowledged air routes with the help of the air controllers from one country to another. 1,400 flights crosses the Sultanate's airspace every day, which achieve an additional income for the civil aviation expected to reach 60 million Omani riyals during 2016. In the hills of the West Bank, occupied for nearly half a century by Israel, producing honey has become an economic lifeline for a growing number of women. Here is a report.
In the hills of the West Bank, a group of women don baggy white suits, gloves and mesh to cover their faces and head out to an olive grove dotted with beehives. In the Palestinian territory occupied for nearly half a century by Israel, producing honey has become an economic lifeline for a growing number of women. These women run a bee yard on the outskirts of a village near Ramallah.
This project consists of 6 women. One of us supports 9 people at home. One has a family of 7. One supports herself. Another has 4 children and one has 8 children. We all have different circumstances.
Each year they produce 600 kilograms of honey, giving each woman an actual income of more than $1,500. This is a major boost in the Palestinian territories, where 1 in 4 people and 40% of women are unemployed. For some, beekeeping has also become a passion.
I love the bees. I mean, they're what I love most after my children. At home, I always like to look at our hives and keep an eye on what's going on with the bees.
The project is supported by the Palestinian Agricultural Relief Committee. The group helps 103 women run 64 small agricultural projects across the West Bank and Gaza. Many projects are in Area C, the roughly 60% of the West Bank under full Israeli control since the Oslo Accords of the 1990s. There, Palestinian development is tightly restricted. Since the Oslo Agreement, the share of agriculture as a percentage of the Palestinian economy has fallen by 72%.
One of the main goals of our project, especially because we work mainly on farming land inside Area C, is to support the people to remain on their land, especially the women living in agricultural areas.
Today, the West Bank women display their goods at shows in Jordan or Spain. The honey has brought them some much-needed revenues. And now, they're planning to use the buzz around the bees to make more products, such as jelly and beeswax.
From that report from Palestine to the general weather forecast around the Sultanate, cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the governorates of Dhofar and its nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with cloud accumulation and scattered rain over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be easterly to northeasterly light to moderate over the coasts of Sea of Oman, while on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea, it will be southwesterly moderate to active. Seas will be rough along the coast of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 4 meters and moderate to rough along the rest of the coast with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The GCC Environmental Cooperation Strategy Preparation Committee holds a meeting in Muscat. British entrepreneurs are confident in investing in ports, logistics services in economic zones in the Sultanate. The Rafid Fund helps more than 1,600 projects in various economic fields till the end of June. Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, we presented to you this Tonight News Bulletin. From me, Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, together with Ahmed Ba Umar and editor-in-charge Huda al-Jahwariya and the entire news team. Thank you for joining us and good night.